Driving a manual in reverse is not that difficult, but it's slightly different than going into first gear. Your two goals are not to crash into objects, to protect your car and others around you, and to not stall. Let's go over the not stalling first. So, release the brake, put it into reverse. I got my left foot on the clutch, my right foot on the brake. What I've noticed is that reverse takes a little bit more gas than first gear when you're starting from a standstill. So it's going to be different on your car depending upon many things, horsepower, gearing. But give it a little bit more gas in reverse than if you were going into first gear. So I'm going to put it in reverse, look behind me, check around. I'm going to slowly release the clutch, give it a little more gas, and you're in reverse. Now, what makes reverse tricky in a sense is that if you let the clutch out all the way, most reverse gears tend to go back really fast. So I'm going to go all the way out. I am going back way too fast for it to be safe and for me to not hit things. So how do you counteract this? Put in reverse, left foot on the clutch, right foot on the brake. You're going to look behind you to make sure everything's clear. Release your left foot on the clutch to the bite point and give it some gas. And once you start rolling, push the clutch back in and take your right foot from the gas onto the brake. So what I'm doing is I'm basically going out to the bite point, giving it gas, pushing the clutch back in. Going out to the bite point, giving it gas, pushing the clutch back in, and switching my right foot from the gas to the brake. That way you can creep backwards slowly, figure out what's around you, and make the correct maneuver, whether you're in a parking spot or whatever you're doing in reverse. Here's a closer look about what I mean about pushing the clutch in and out in order to maintain a safe speed. So, put the car in reverse, left foot on the clutch, right foot here on the brake. Now, you're looking behind you, give it some more gas, release the clutch, push it back in, switch to the brake. Do that, and then you can coast backwards safely. When reversing, I like to coast as much as possible. I do this because then you only have to deal with one pedal, the brake, and you can be very aware of your surroundings, make sure you don't hit anything. So when you're in reverse and you use the pulsing technique that I've showed, where you give it some gas, release the clutch to the bite point, and then push the clutch back in, I'm moving backwards now from the momentum created by the initial clutch release, and all I was doing was using my right foot on the brake to control it. So I'm coming out of a parking spot here, put it in reverse, going to release the clutch to the bite point, give it some gas, then when I start moving, push the clutch back in, and then just use your right foot on the brake to control the rest of it. And if you need a little bit more speed, which I don't really in this case, you can release the clutch to the bite point again, push it back in, and then shift it into first, and you're good to go. So the key things were more gas than normal, pulsing the clutch in and out so that you're just kind of coasting, switching your foot from the gas to the brake so you can slow down and do this safely. I hope you found this video useful. Like always, please browse our channel and subscribe. If you have any more tips you'd like to see us do, any reviews of cars you'd like to see us make, leave a comment below. Go ahead and like us on Facebook.com. That'd be fantastic. And we look forward to seeing you next time.